Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today in this video we're gonna be talking about um, siblings' first impression of your future spouse and how they will view them in general. Also, this reading was a requested reading and it has like two parts that was about siblings' first impression and also parents' first impression. So I thought why not to make it like two different readings, like two different videos, and then do a reading about it. So yeah, thank you so much for requesting this topic to me, and if you guys also have some topic suggestion, you can drop down in the comment section. So yeah, without delaying anything, let's just jump into the pile selection. Choose your pile and I'll see you in your reading, and we are doing siblings first impression of your future spouse and how they will view them in general. Hi guys, so if you choose pile number 1, this is your reading. We have the Page of Wands, Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Star card, Ace of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. I feel that your sibling would see your future spouse as someone who is, is a little bit of like guarded, like a little bit like they seems a little bit distant, but not in a very rude way, but in like like busy in their own world, or like I don't know, like this child, like I'm seeing this vision of a child and following the butterfly and just having fun and like being busy in their own world, kind of like cheerful way, like not minding into others business, like doing your own thing and just like very, it's not coming as like distant or rude kind of, but like busy in their own world, kind of in a very cheerful kind of a way, and like just minding their own business and not really interrupting or like distracting anyone, or like you know not asking way too many questions or not getting too much personal or something. And I think like this thing that your sibling would kind of like this thing about your future spouse. Your sibling might be elder than you or elder than your future spouse, because I'm also seeing this as a very youthful kind of energy. Or if not, like if your sibling is older than you or like older than your future spouse, then at least I see them as like your future spouse looking very youthful despite of their age. Like they look so young, doesn't matter what their age is. Your future spouse might have some sort of hobby or some sort of like something very creative about them that is coming through. And I think that your future spouse gonna, sorry, your siblings gonna notice that thing about your future spouse, that they are very, there is something very creative or something very artistic about them, like their way, the way they dress up or the way they talk, you know there is something very artistic about them. I don't know, like the way they, sometimes people talk and they're like, they have a way of speaking, they have a way like artistic, or like a, you can see someone being just speaking, or someone expressively speaking like, so there's like just talking, and there's like, when you speak, your eye, it's not just your mouth speaking, it's your eyes speaking, your hands speaking, there are gestures and stuff. So I feel like your future spouse gonna be a kind of person who doesn't just speaks with their mouth, but also with their whole face and body, like a body posture, hand gesture, expression and stuff. So this is like a thing that your siblings gonna like notice, like it's the first impression on them, that oh, it's a very expressive person, oh, it's a very creative person. But also in a way like, oh, they are just busy in their own world, and they're like, I feel like your siblings gonna find your future supposed to be quite cute, because they are like in themselves, they are being artistic, they are being expressive and stuff. I also see this one scenario in my head, that maybe when you're gonna introduce your future spouse to your sibling, they're gonna like, like you both come, and then you like introduce them, and there you have your thing, and chat and whatever, like maybe on a breakfast or something. And then when you're going, you like, how do I put it, suppose if you are, like doing like maybe like you're wearing your shoes, then it's kind of taking you time. Then your future spouse gonna like be there and wait for you, maybe even hold your purse. Like they're not gonna, go away and like, start driving the car or something. They're gonna be there waiting for you. There's gonna be something like a moment just like that. How like this is just example, but this is coming in that you are trying to wear your shoes and then you it's kind of taking you some time to do that, right? So you're trying to put on the shoes, but then there is your spouse waiting for you. But then, like your sibling notices your future spouse waiting for you. Like they notice how patient they are, like how patiently they are waiting for you, and they are not being like, people doesn't say things like people doesn't say that, oh, you're getting me late or something, obviously to maintain a good impression or something. But then you see in their face that they get annoyed or they get irritated that, oh, this person is being so annoying by like taking so long or something. But then this is not the case with your future spouse. For them you are just doing your thing, like for them you are just wearing your shoes, and they are just being patiently waiting for you and just being there. And then you notice this thing and they're like, oh, this person is like patiently waiting for my sister, or patiently waiting for my brother. So they kind of, honestly I feel like the first impression of you was just was gonna be very good when it comes to your sibling. Like it's creative, it's expressive, it's a little bit like in their own world, it's also patient and stuff. And now let's see how they view them in general. I feel like it was like the first time thing and all, but in general, we have the star card, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So I do feel like for some of you, your future spouse might be in some sort of media work, like maybe actor, actress, influencer, I don't know, YouTuber, do some sort of like, media work like journalism, photography, or not really photography but modeling or something. I don't know. So they can be like quite literally in the public eye, and if they are not in the public eye, at least they are the kind of person who are somehow famous. Like even if they have a friend group, like a lot of people know them in their friend group. Like it's not just their friend group that people are friends with, or they are known to. Even in the other friend groups, they are known. So your future spouse is seen as someone, like your sibling view them as someone who is like a this mini celebrity kind of. They can be like really like a celebrity, but they might be like not celebrity but a celebrity, you know what I mean? Like famous, even if they are not like worldwide famous or like country wise famous, at least they are famous in their community. So overall I feel like your like sibling in general view them as someone of a more of a celebrity kind of like famous kind of some way. And then also this Ace of Swords, I feel this thing that, okay, I feel like your siblings gonna think that in your relationship your future spouse takes the lead, like they kind of do the upper hand work, like they take the more responsibility part and you kind of take the more enjoying part. But yeah, like it's your sibling POV and they feel like they take the more responsibility of you, they care about you, and you are more enjoying there in the relationship, and they're not complaining or something, they're just happy for you. Honestly, I don't see that this is a toxic sibling or something, because if you're watching for a toxic sibling, I don't think this is your file at all. But yeah, like with siblings we do have rivalries here and there, but then just because you have rivalries with your sibling doesn't mean they're toxic. But then toxic sibling is something else. So I do feel like if some of you are watching for some toxic sibling, this is definitely not your file, because I feel this sibling's energy to be really good and warm. I also see this, your sibling to see this person, your person, to be financially really well off and stable. Like your sibling definitely thinks that your person earns a decent amount of money, and even more than just decent amount of money, and they do have a lot of, I don't know, like financial income, financial flow, but also some sort of assets to them. Like maybe they have inherited some amount of wealth or land, or I don't know, real estates or something. But then this person is seen as someone very stable, very famous, and also very like, I don't know. This is like a good energy. Like your future spouse gonna have like a very good reputation, and I also feel like this person, even though in the very first impression they were coming out as more as a kid kind of, or more as a child kind of, and more as they're in their own world and stuff. But then in general, like with time, you're just gonna think that they're very mature and very smart kind of a person, and a very like the kind of person who takes responsibilities and stuff. So I do feel that way. And also in the also at the back of the deck we have the Three of Pentacles, which is like a card of stability and all. So overall, your siblings gonna think that your future spouse is quite stable, and not just in their career, but like overall, like a very stable and a very mature kind of a person. Even though we saw them as being perceived like a kid and cute and stuff in the beginning, but then with time they think that they're a very stable and very responsible kind of a person. Also, I don't think that kid thing was anything to do with immaturity. It was more to do with just being kid, like being fun and all, not immature or anything like that. So yeah, overall they are being perceived as very stable and all. I also see that your siblings gonna think that your future spouse is really good in their career as well. Like they are very passionate about their career, and also doesn't take their career lightly. Like they really enjoy doing what they do for a living. Yeah, this is how your siblings first impression and overall, like in general, view of or impression of your future spouse. I hope you like the reading. I feel like this is all that I had for you, file number one. I hope you like the reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye. Take care. Hi guys, so if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. We have the Two of Wands, Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords, the Judgment card, Page of Cups, and at the back of the deck we have the Three of Swords. Is it three? Yeah, Three of Swords. So for you guys, I feel like your siblings' first impression of your future spouse is gonna be someone who is very, like have a vision. Like when your siblings see your future spouse, they're like, oh, this is the kind of a person who has a vision in their life. They, make plans and, take actions on it. Like, okay, I wanna do this. I wanna like. Also, I'm also seeing this thing about them, like your siblings seeing your person and being like they are very certain about you. Like they want you and they are making effort for you. Like they want you as to like you guys wanna be partners, you wanna be life partners and stuff, and then your future spouse also want you guys to be life partners, and then they want this thing, like they want you to be their life partner, and then they're taking action in that direction. So I feel like this is a very visionary kind of like they get an idea and they work on it. Like if they have career goals, they're gonna work on it. They're not the kind of person who's just gonna sit around on their ideas. Like they get idea and then they work for it, and they also feel the same way about you. Like your siblings seeing your future spouse is that, oh, they wanted you, they needed you, and like they wanted to make you their spouse, so they acted on the idea. Like they didn't waited around or sit around to kind of like just this idea, like they work on it. They not just have ideas, or they not just have desires or needs or whatever, but they also have action oriented mind. Like they don't sit on their ideas, they also take action in the direction. I don't know pile number 2, but I see like your sibling noticing something about your future spouse legs. That's kind of weird, but like they're like, honestly, my eyes just can't take off from those legs of Page of Wands, like this orange thing. I don't know if it's about their fashion sense, or they might be wearing something on their legs, or the kind of shoes they wear. But then there's gonna be something about their legs that either they're gonna wear something or do something about it. For some of you guys, your future spouse might have some sort of tattoos, like some sort of leg tattoos or some sort of tattoos anywhere that is exposed, and that's why your sibling gonna notice like, oh, this person has a tattoo, and they're gonna try to see like what kind of tattoos they have. I also feel that your siblings gonna notice that this person, like your person, is very like, either they are very studious kind of, like either they have a lot of degrees and they are, like have a lot of, I don't know, higher education kind of, like a lot of degrees. I don't know what kind of degrees, but like education degrees, like either your future spouse can be even like got have like a degree in PhD or something, like they have had a lot of degrees or they have done a lot of studies or something. They could also be some sort of like government related jobs, like government related jobs like railways, or I don't know, like there are a lot of government related jobs. I think, railways coming in right now, so that could be one thing. While number two, I feel like your siblings gonna perceive your future spouse as someone with quite a intense personality. Like I feel this vibe from your future spouse, which is very kind of, like very mysterious kind of. There are people when they enter the room, like other people know that, oh, like not to mess with this person, or okay, this person got a very intense personality, or this person is very strong in some way. I'm also hearing intimidating for some, so I feel like your your siblings gonna find your future spouse quite intimidating. Now I feel like two scenarios is coming up. It's like, suppose if you know that your sibling is kind of insecure in them and they are not very good with, like I don't know, like if they are not very good with security, and if they're kind of insecure in them, they're gonna find your future spouse a bit rude or like a bit cold kind of, and they're gonna get a little intimidated kind of from them. But suppose like you know that your sibling is a very secure person, then they're not gonna be insecure of your future spouse, but they're gonna be acknowledging of the fact that your future spouse have like a really good personality, or like a really, strong personality. Like there is two scenario. One is like if your sibling is quite insecure or something, like like at least if they are secure or insecure. So if they're insecure, they're gonna think that your future spouse is quite rude and they have like an intimidating personality. But if they are like secure in themselves, they're gonna think that, oh, your future spouse is quite strong and they have like this, strong aura, or like this strong personality about themselves, like not to mess around kind of a vibe. Okay, so if you have like good relations with your sibling and you know that they have not done anything bad to you, or they have not, I heard that thing of have taken advantage of your innocence in some way, like have taken advantage of you, maybe I don't know, like maybe put your names in something that you have not done as a child, you know, like if your sibling has done something not so good to you when you guys were kid and stuff, and you know that your sibling is not so good to you, they're gonna feel like your future spouse is like a karma to them. Like they know that if your future spouse is around you, they can't really mess with them, and they're gonna feel like your future spouse is like a karma to them. They know that if like suppose if you're by yourself, they know that if they hurt you and it's just you, there maybe you gonna forgive them and all, but then they know that if they hurt you and your future spouse is also there, their future's gonna not forgive them, like they know not to mess with you when your future spouse is there, like I'm also feeling this kind of like getting that, oh, like this person is my karma, like like this person, if I treat my sister wrong or treat my brother wrong, this person's not gonna be just my parent and be like, like that's okay, just gets fight and all, but this this future spouse gonna be a little bit like, oh, this is not okay, you have to stop it, kind of a thing. But suppose if you know that your sibling is not that kind of a person and your sibling has been really good to you, then definitely the sibling feel like this is a kind of person that you really deserve and you really needed to have in your life. Like I feel this your sibling feeling that your sibling will your future spouse, oh, sorry, your sibling will feel like your future is gonna protect you from all the, all the creepy creatures, or like all the, I don't know, like not so good people out there, or who would put extra pressure or extra, I don't know, extra task on you, like the people who would make you feel like, oh, you have to do it, or you have to take responsibility or something. I feel like your sibling is gonna feel that your future spouse will, eliminate those extra pressure or those extra responsibility, and like your future spouse is gonna make sure that no one else messes with your brain, basically. I do feel like the toxic sibling that we're talking about here is gonna feel a little bit like, not so good in presence of your future spouse. Like they're gonna feel like, oh no, this is not a good person, kind of, because they are not a good person and they are not a very secure person in them. But then when it comes to this good sibling that we're talking about, they're gonna feel like, oh, they are such a lovely person, they are the best person you can have, like this is such a good energy. However they are, they would feel same, like a projection, kind of like they are good from inside. They're gonna think that others are good, they're not good, they're gonna think others are bad too. This reading kind of took some unexpected turn, but I feel like I did justice to this reading by being truthful. But yeah, this is all that I had for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye. Take care.